Take us away, Papa.
3, 2, 1.
His name is...
Zeitgeist Zealots.
He's the rock and roll clown. He does cocaine. And I'm afraid that's all we know.
Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
And I'm Robbie.
Welcome back, everyone.
And we're back. Yeah, is that an echo I hear?
God,
I don't
no.
think so.
Just the sound of silence and despair.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Dude, echo is bad. That was a
Yeah.
drudge.
Oh.
That was a
Did
drudge
you
to get
do
through.
your homework, Rob?
Rob, did you do your homework?
I've watched like half of it,
It's only like,
but I have to
Yeah.
watch the breakdown.
I think like you can complete the entire series in like 5 hours. That was too much for you. It was 5 hours too long. So yeah, let's get into Echo.
Let's do it. And thank God it was only 5 hours. Kevin Feige had the good graces to cut this down from 8 episodes to 5.
Yeah,
So thank goodness.
Literally, there was like 3 episodes where it's just like,
Dude, what
This
in
is
the
unwatchable.
hell did he cut?
and there's 5 episodes that we already saw.
Yeah.
Probably 3 more ancestors because they skipped.
Yeah, right? Was he
They
going to do
skipped
8
from-
generations?
They skipped from like 1200 to the 1800s. You know, so that's a big gap right there. They kind of like skipped out in the entire like colonization. But that's probably been a good thing. That probably been a few sad episodes.
So is she a
Um,
mud person? Are they aliens?
Yeah, they could have just made this like a grounded crime drama, but they had to make it Thor for Native Americans, basically. So
By a white guy. Nothing wrong
So the
with
first,
you.
I guess in Choctaw mythology, I'm completely pulling this on my ass right now. Choctaw mythology, the first Choctaws were mud people, I guess.
I
Hope
mean,
it's not a racial slur.
if... God,
Yeah,
I know,
that's why
right?
one of them they were coming out and it was like clay was
Ooh.
hardening.
What'd you guys think
Oh,
about the first glimpse of almost nudity in...
I was hardening too.
where's that fucking drum?
Yeah, well, it's funny. The actress playing like the first Choctaw woman, I remember she was in Dexter: First Blood, and I'm surprised she had like no lines in this. I'm wondering if like in the scenes that were cut, she had like some speaking lines. But yeah, she's hot. But yeah, I think you know, I wonder. I don't know if this was tied to Kalani from What If. I was getting like What If vibes.
It was the same character.
Oh, okay.
Or like the same actor. Who, again, as I don't know if you could tell,
It seems similar.
this is the first time she's ever acted. Like,
Who?
ever. Echo.
Which one?
The actress.
Yeah, Miss
Okay.
Cox, whatever her name is, I'll look it up.
Alok Cox, I think. Who
That
apparently
just sounds like Austin Powers' name.
you would think Lopez would be a Hispanic name, but apparently Lopez is Native American. I don't know how that's a Native American name, Lopez, but
No, no.
maybe George Lopez is her uncle, her good uncle.
Is she stealing all the power? All of this power? No, that's Mencia. Mencia's the joke thief.
Yeah, I pretty much they had like every major Native American actor in this show, which was Graham Greene,
Which
I
was
think.
great. I really let's dive into it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Well, who's your favorite character? Was it Biscuits? Let's talk about Biscuits.
Oh, poor Biscuits.
Poor
yeah,
Biscuits.
I just like laughed so loud because that CGI train scene was just so poorly rendered. And he's like literally driving, but he has time to sign while he's driving. Recklessly. He's like,
What?
"This is crazy."
What about that opening? I don't know. It's an opening scene of one of the episodes where they're playing lacrosse, like Native American lacrosse.
Yes, ancient
Dude,
lacrosse.
Oh my god! I was like, so you remember a bunch of episodes back when we covered Secret Invasion, and we were wondering where all the background extras were.
Yeah.
They were in this episode.
all in
There
that
was like
scene?
300 people just for background extras, and I was like, "Oh, is this where you blew your entire budget? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous in comparison to all the other shows we watch, and they don't have like anyone in Secret Invasion because they ran out of money, and then there's just tons
I
of
know
people here.
everyone in the hospital scene in the last episode of Secret Invasion. They only
Exactly.
Had enough money for 5 extras.
There was no extras whatsoever. They were all here watching lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like an actual like recreation that Marvel just filmed over, because there are some like Hispanic and some Native American tribes who do like reenactments of like old sporting events. I know in like Mexico they play that ball that sport where you can only hit the ball with your hip. It has to go over. It has to go into a hoop that's like 20 feet in the air, and the ball is like weighs like 20 pounds. So
you have to hit it with your hip.
The ball, you hit with your hip, and you're probably gonna break your hip. But yeah, have you seen the Road to El Dorado? Basically that game.
Okay.
And
that sounds familiar.
So I'm wondering if that was like they were just
yeah.
like they just had like these were actual reenactors who were just reenacting that ancient lacrosse game. But yeah, I didn't realize there were pyramids. I didn't realize there were pyramids in Alabama.
Here's what
aliens.
I'm wondering: Ancient Aliens confirmed. Why would they keep their best player out until the fourth quarter and the last 2 minutes of the game, when it comes down and you find out like the loser gets kicked off of the territory? Then why wouldn't you start Tom Brady? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Can't they just like buy the other team a beer? That seems a bit harsh.
Oh, dude, they were brutal towards each other's.
Well,
it's our land now.
Yeah.
In the Aztec game, like if you lost, it was death. They would just kill you.
Yeah.
If you lost, how's that motivation?
I mean, it made the Super Bowl more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, no need for a halftime show. I'm guessing. I guess they're gonna get Taylor Swift again. I don't know. I imagine they're gonna want to get Taylor Swift. I don't know who else they could get. Who else is relevant right now? Because you know what they could do for a halftime show? Just do the lacrosse game from the second.
Just a reenactment of a reenactment.
I'm gonna skip the halftime show anyway, so they might as well play anything. Like do anything for it. So, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, the first episode.
They pull
Daredevil's.
They pull a Velma. They start off with nudity to try to keep the viewership up.
Yeah.
The Daredevil scene was supposed to be like an homage, like a one-take homage to like the hallway fights of the Daredevil on Netflix that we all loved. Dude, I laughed just like everyone else on the internet. I thought the fight was terrible, poorly choreographed. Like, I don't know how she misses with a shotgun at point blank range. All of it was just not good. And then, like, they advertised. They advertised Daredevil. Dude, that wasn't. I thought he was going to be a part of like this show, not like a fun cameo for 35 seconds.
I was wondering that.
Misled by Marvel once again.
And then he pulls a Sir Robin and bravely runs away.
Bait and switch is illegal in retail. I wonder if the same kind of laws could maybe apply to these shows.
Don't tell GameStop that. GameStop has no meaning of no reservations about baiting and switching. Especially when they know that the game's going to tank, review wise. So they get their employees literally just like sell the game as hard as they can before it comes out.
Just push it,
even though they know it's going to suck. So, but yeah, I mean, that's basically what Marvel did with us with this. They bait and switched us with this show.
Now, obviously, none of us would have watched this if we weren't doing a podcast, right?
Although Kingpin very much is a part of this show, but even he can't save the show.
We're going to talk about Kingpin a lot.
Who also bravely runs away at the end.
Let's get through this first episode.
Yeah, so she goes home to Oklahoma, and she reconnect. I guess no one lives in that house.
Yeah, it's a real town where she lives. Here's one of the problems I have. That town has 146 people in its population. Like you meet the entire town,
and they're all her cousins,
right?
Probably.
And what is Wilson Fisk doing with an operation out here? Like that's so. Dude, how expansive
I guess he has
is his empire?
Yeah,
and it just doesn't make sense.
In the Panhandle,
dude, there's no roller rink and a town with 154 people in it.
That's basically like their Studio 54, I guess. The roller rink's the only thing they have for nightlife.
It's like a front.
Also, this is skipping ahead a bit, but it's funny how this is Echo's supposed to be this super cool badass assassin, but she's taken hostage by a bunch of white trash roller rink employees. In the episode, she's fine against international assassins, in trained ninjas like Daredevil.
Right.
But when it comes to the cast of Rose,
but when the plot calls for it,
yeah,
you just go right at.
She's she's easily overcome by rednecks or Oklahoma fans.
Oklahoma hillbillies. No.
She was talking to her ancestor, so it's okay. She was distracted.
I was distracted by my ancestor. Hey, how many times is Marvel gonna do this? Like, is this the new Skybeam? Is connecting with your ancestors? We had this with Miss Marvel.
Yep.
I guess with She-Hulk, you've got baby ugly Hulk's son connecting with his
Soy
dad.
boy.
Yeah, soy boy. That's a stretch there.
But Miss Marvel, you're absolutely right.
Right.
And
I wonder if this. Can I call this now? Is this going to be the next new Skybeam?
Probably.
Or have they always been doing this? I mean, Black Panther connected with his ancestors.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like there's more. I was going to say, when I started that statement, I feel like there was more than one out there. More than one example.
Well, every time they're doing a superhero with a different culture, they're going to interact with their ancestors.
And we loved it, right? Hey, Miss Marvel, that was the best part about Miss Marvel, was learning about the Pakistani culture and the history. I don't remember any of it now.
At least
it'd be a good reason to go back and rewatch it.
At least it was the British people who fucked him over, not the Americans, like in this show. So it was like, you can't blame us for this one. You can blame us for the one in Echo, But
oopsies.
Yeah. What did y'all think of like the guy tricking the white people, the white yuppies?
Which time?
In the episode, I guess he's like in this pawn shop. He's like, buy the damn thing, buy the damn thing.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably the best part about the show.
He was definitely the best actor in the show.
Well, it was weird because I guess he wasn't at remember the happy scene at the very end where like her whole family's at the outside table and he's not there. That was a bit weird. I figured he should at least be there, even though like I guess he and his grandmother aren't together, but he kind of like stopped being in the show. Maybe
he died off in one of those episodes that got cut.
Wilson Fisk got him, but that was in one of the like you said, maybe like that's a pretty big plot point they just cut out because I guess it was so bad to see. Yeah. So episode 1, it's how did it end? Was there like a cliffhanger?
So there's the car accident. Let's talk about how Echo loses her leg.
The whole backstory.
Her mom's a healer apparently, but she gets in a car accident because she wanted ice cream. Is that right?
I guess she can't heal herself. She was like she was
dead. Yeah, she was dead. She couldn't heal herself. But Maya lost her leg. And then
isn't the glass in cars supposed to just
shatter? It's not
supposed to come off as one big piece like that.
Yeah. So so what Robbie's talking about is a little large shard of glass from the windshield goes through her leg, and that's how she loses that part of her leg. But you're absolutely right. That's not how windshields break at all.
I guess they're gonna have to recall that model.
Just recall that rider. Just do a little bit
old cars?
Of checking. It was an old truck, maybe. It was an old truck. But so I just wanna say, like, my boy Kumail Nanjiani got so fucking jacked for the Eternals, right? And they didn't even let him take his shirt off in it.
I think I saw that movie.
And this superhero Echo, dude, I was like feeding my baby. And I was like watching Echo, and I was like, "Yo, their cheeks are the exact same size."
Well, I was just like more thinking about like a better way for her to have lost her leg is that like she's stranded on an island, and like she gets hungry,
has to eat it,
but she's with her friend, and she like it's just like sort of like a Family Guy where Joe's like makes it like, Peter, what are you eating? He's like nothing, and he's like has like Joe's leg in his hand. I guess the glass.
How Family Guy always takes Joe's legs away, and all the flashbacks or cutaways, all of it. He's still always paralyzed.
Maybe the writer had a better idea than I did for how Maya lost her leg, but I think that
probably fits the show better.
Yeah, I like the Native American aspect of the show, but like I said, this could have been like a lot more grounded and gritty, but they had to like introduce the supernatural bullcrap into it, which wasn't necessary.
I wanted to give a shout out to the writers at Marvel for showing such great restraint waiting a whole 20 minutes before a man sexually harassed a female on camera. 20 minutes, I think, might be the longest we've gone in a Disney Plus TV show without that happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, guess who's here, everyone? It's just the Tip.
The guy touched her butt, right?
It's Tip in the house.
He was doing a security search, and he got a little handsy-feely, which, of course, I don't condone. Don't do that. Don't ass grab. Don't do that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, dude.
I mean...
But, like, dude, like, what? Just, they could not help themselves. 20 minutes into the first
board.
episode, they could not help themselves.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, dude, things have changed in the recent Zeitgeist. If you look at all like the
He said
media.
it.
He
He said
said the word.
Oh,
he said
it's true. It is true. It
It's
is
like
true.
Pee-wee's-
And
it's
all
like
that
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
touchy-feely stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hey,
you know,
I
it's just
also
about
noticed-
shared consciousness.
I also noticed that
In
Daredevil
some
touched
ways.
her without consent.
If you
Am I
really
wrong?
think deep about it. So it's not like a bad thing at all. It's
Yeah,
just a
I'm-
part
I'm-
of what everyone, like, shared consciousness.
I'm pretty
I don't know.
sure.
I always think about things.
I'm pretty sure Daredevil punched her without consent too. So like,
I mean, she shot at
think
him without
Daredevil-
consent. Lots
That
of
was
non-consent
shared consciousness
happening.
right there.
Daredevil, I think. needs to
I
be
wish we
canceled,
had
Bill.
shared consciousness, so we don't all have to individually watch this.
Only one. Yeah, only one person can watch it.
By the way, listeners at home, if you guys do want to, if you're forced to watch this, the episode officially starts at 28:23. If you watched Hawkeye, if
you don't want to see a young girl get maimed, just skip the.
So
30 minutes
yeah,
into the
and
episode.
so like then Echo drives like an asshole on a motorcycle, and I'm like,
Wait,
does this make her
did-
look
did
cool?
you guys- Did
She
you guys
lost a
hear
lot.
that?
What? Yeah, because she not have stopped at a
That
hotel
saw
on the way
sound?
I mean, probably.
there. So anyway,
You guys didn't hear the saw?
no, this is
No.
you setting up a joke. Are you running up a joke tip? Throwaway.
No,
Pitch
I
it-
mean,
pitch
can you
the
hear
joke.
this?
No, okay. This isn't a bit. Okay. Well, we'll edit this out then.
No, you guys
So-
can't hear that?
No,
That's crazy.
no. Hear it. The in the words of Tip, the Discord engineers are incredible.
It's so cool. I'm using a saw while I'm cutting wood.
Of course you
while
would,
we're on
Tip.
Discord.
You're like, oh, Tip, do I have a podcast right now? Let me go cut some wood.
So
Episode 2.
This is the last two cuts.
Well,
so.
I was like bothered. Does no one live in that house besides? It's like it's not her grandmother's house. Is it? It's just like a random house the family owns, and like nobody's there. So she was able to just like stay there, and nobody else. I mean, does her cousin live there?
Yeah, I thought that was like
bothered
her.
me.
I thought that was like
Whose cousin?
Biscuit.
Okay, I
was
guess-
that Biscuit or? No, it definitely wasn't the cousin she was avoiding. Bonnie.
His grandmother, her grandmother's a postal worker. I'm pretty sure she can't afford 2 houses. I'm sure she has a great pension, but I don't think postal workers have multiple houses. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I've been missing a lot of checks from Grandma recently.
Yeah. So anyway, episode 2, the lacrosse game, 1200 AD. Yeah, her ancestor is a badass. Did they even win the game? I can't remember. I didn't even care.
They do win at the last second. The girl boss wins with the Bloodbeard.
Oh yes, Bloodbeard. And then and they had the awful
Redbeard?
the train sequence, which was all CGI. You know,
Yeah.
they couldn't like get a
when she kind of flew
Yeah,
down
jumped up.
on a rope onto the train.
Oh yeah, and she just
Yeah.
automatically assumes that her her scatterbrained cousins could be able to like drive the truck
Yeah.
there in time.
And it's like, all right, Biscuits, go catch up to me. And he's like, what? What are you? Bonk, gone. And then it's off to the races, and Biscuits is driving. I thought Biscuits.
Oh
was
yeah, and after that
well
she got
casted.
like those after her leg got stuck.
oh yes, the
got
power
the-
of the
She
power
got
of
the powers
family.
to kind of just push the train away with it.
Yeah, it's not even like healing power. It's just like bullshit. Whatever the plot needs you to do, power based.
Whatever the plot
It's
needs you to
inspiration
do.
into your head.
Like, is it heal? Can it heal? Can it like push?
So
Can it,
different
like,
different
can it go-
ancestors
I
had
don't
different
know that,
powers.
It did. I don't know.
Have you seen
That's
Secret
the-
Invasion?
The way she gripped it. I don't-
She healed the situation by allowing herself to escape. I don't know.
No, different ancestors have different
She-
powers, and like Secret Invasion in the finale, she uses all the secret powers at once. But like she can access these different powers through her ancestors. I think that's
Well,
what I
she
took away.
healed. She healed
That's
the
why we
riders.
keep having flashbacks. To
Yeah.
the ancestors.
Hey, let me ask you
She
guys this:
healed the.
how long did it take you to figure out that the flashbacks at the beginning of every episode were related to Maya?
I mean, I figured they were because each episode is named after the ancestor, except
I
the last
never-
one, which is named
no.
after herself.
I never looked at the
It all
names
comes
of
full
it.
circle. But we
It
missed
does.
3 other ancestors.
Dude, it was the 5th episode for me. Like I was like, oh, I felt like so stupid, and I was like, nah, that's not on me. That's shit writing. I've been watching and paying attention and taking literal
Hey,
notes
guys,
on this TV show.
Sorry to interject real quick. Can we remind our listeners, our faithful listeners, what show exactly we're referring to?
Yeah, Echo on
Echo,
Disney
Echo,
Plus
Echo.
Echo on Disney.
No, it's on
Yes.
Hulu, Tip. You have Hulu, right?
and
Hulu.
Hulu.
It is on both Hulu and Disney.
They
I
were
guess.
desperate. They're like, please watch our TV show. We're begging. you.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Disney had. Well,
Poor
apparently
sweet Disney.
this show's rated M for mature, but
It was
I
not
mean, there's like one guy gets his head blown open
right.
in the first episode.
And I mean, like,
That's
dude,
rough.
what they did with Blackagar Boltagon and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse
Yeah.
of Madness, that was way more violent and grotesque than anything we saw here.
I agree.
Except maybe that
Yeah.
acting. Ah,
Oh.
Yeah. So who was the best actor in this? Do y'all think besides the grandpa?
besides the
I guess
grandpa,
besides Kingpin.
well, I was gonna say Wilson Fisk. Vincent D'Onofrio was
Is like killing the
fantastic.
show.
Awful writing for the character, but he was a fantastic actor. Fantastic actor.
Yeah. What did y'all think about the uncle? I think he was like one of the Twilight movies. He was one of the werewolves.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was pretty good except Maya, who just has never acted before. It's not really not her fault. Like that's so intimidating to like the first time you've ever acted in your entire life is
And you're the main
on
character.
camera and Marvel.
Yeah, but it's
And,
like this day and age, you
Oh.
have to get someone who's actually deaf to play a deaf character now. It's
Do you though?
Untrue.
You
have-
don't. You don't
Not in
have
this day and
to.
age.
You can
Not in
stand
this day
up.
and
You can
age.
stand up to people. You can stand up to
Mhm.
this
It ha-
idea.
it does
How about
go
the
for
best
any kind
actor?
of-
are they going to have to recast Charlie Cox now because
Here's my.
he's not really blind?
Here,
Or is
That
he just
felt
gonna
for
have to
any
like
kind of slipping.
You're
that
right,
you could
like
tell
yeah,
that-
exactly. Are you gonna recast Charlie Cox? Like this is a ridiculous notion. Like what is acting? Acting is being something you're not, right? And making the audience believe it. Like if you just cast blind people play blind people, or deaf people play deaf people, or gay people play gay people, that's not acting. That's living. That's living and being recorded. That's a reality TV show.
I mean, Neil Patrick Harris did it for like 9
Just like
seasons.
my life.
He played a straight man,
And he was one of the funniest characters on TV.
and then he was like the toy maker in
He
Doctor
played
Who,
a straight
and then he was
man.
like,
Oh, Forrest, you kill.
Well,
you
then
kill.
you-
You want to
Well,
give
he
him?
played
Want to
the
give him
toy
that
maker.
pun? I
Then he
didn't even
played
catch
the toy
that
maker in
pun.
Doctor Who, and you're just like, how do we ever think this guy was straight? Because that is the case character in fiction.
He's just-
So
he's wild. I love him.
So anyway, episode 3. How did
Yeah.
episode 2 end again? Anything? What was a cliffhanger? I forgot. This show
I think
was like
Small got cut
Well,
in half, right?
episode
No,
3,
that's
Maya
one.
gets
That's episode one.
kidnapped and taken to the
Oh,
roller rink.
yes, episode 3. She gets kidnapped and by the white trash mafia, the roller rink mafia, and then I think the bad guys in this were the Black Knife Cartel. They never called them by name, but they needed like a comic book group so the fans would somewhat care. Spoiler, they didn't. But I guess the secondary bad guy Zane comes to fetch her, and they kind of just like give him a tour of the facility. They don't really like actually just take them to the back room where she is. And this has been said before, but maybe if you're trying to incapacitate the skilled assassin, maybe take away her leg.
Maybe.
Just like, nope, here's your leg.
That
Sorry
would
about
really, yeah, that'd make it a
Legs
lot harder for her to
have
do
a use.
anything at all. Oh,
You can't
that kind of,
assassinate people
now you
with
just ruined the
legs.
whole show for me. I mean, it was already ruined to begin with, but that is ridiculously obvious. Miss. This is why I'm not a super.
I mean, I'm no criminal mastermind.
I
But
never
I'm
thought
pretty
about
sure
that,
might
but
be
that's such
tested.
an obvious thing. I'm like, oh yeah, take off for long, like, duh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
she's
instead of
probably,
disarming her, you should disleg her.
yeah, I mean, she might be still a little dangerous, but at least that's going to slow her down, at the very least.
What if they gave her back half of the leg?
Well, it basically is half a leg. It's just like
Oh,
from the knee
yeah.
down.
Oh,
What if they?
well, then,
What if they
just
took
give
off
her
the leg,
give her a foot back.
took her
Yeah.
leg off, took off the pinky, and then gave her her leg back? That way she thinks
And
it's
then-
fine,
and-
but
and
she just
then-
can't stand up straight. She'll just keep falling over.
And then she kills a bunch of the Black Knife Cartel guys, and they just leave. Like
Yeah,
Daredevil,
the sketchy
like
guys.
Fisk.
Yeah,
That's like
Well,
every
they got places to go.
every battle in this or fight in the show is resolved by the bad guys just leaving.
they get a
They
perfectly
Probably have like a card game.
timed
They're like, yeah,
phone
we need a bad guy
call.
card game.
Yeah, they're about to
It-
kill him, and they get a perfectly timed phone call, and we don't know who it is, but it's obviously Wilson Fisk, right?
Yeah.
Who keeps this girl, who keeps this girl alive and keeps this girl in danger the entire episode. Like, my biggest complaint with this fucking show is that, like, on multiple occasions she goes to kill Wilson Fisk and then doesn't. Right? And so
Yeah,
in the
they-
last episode, she like the big lead up to the finale, and then she confronts Wilson Fisk to kill him at the rodeo, and we'll get into it. But like, I'm like, who cares? You're not gonna
Powwow,
kill
not
him.
a rodeo.
You haven't killed him before. You had
You
multiple
shot-
times.
The skilled assassin shoots him point blank in the face and still fails to kill him.
Just
can't.
lose it an eye.
You can't kill me.
He didn't even lose the eye.
I can't wait.
was
He's not going to fail this city as the mayor. I can't wait for that. That's going to be so much fun.
Basically, we watched 3 episodes of garbage just for like a prelude to Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah,
Basically, the
basically.
mayor.
No, I did it for the fans. I did it for the podcast. I could have watched all those
Love.
clips online.
That was fun.
So, episode 4?
Yeah, episode 4. Let's just get through this thing, man.
Let's do it, right? Maya gets bullied by an
wow,
ice
do
cream
it.
vendor at the beginning of the episode because
and then-
she doesn't tell the guy. The guy's
Because
asking what ice cream.
she can't just point to what she wants on the menu.
Yeah, so he gets the shit kicked out of her, and I was like, "Oh, welcome to
But
New
to be
York,
fair-
buddy." And
To be
then
fair, you know.
I like this Fisk, dude. Vincent D'Onofrio is such a good actor. Fisk, and this is like wants to make sure Maya doesn't see it, but Maya does see it. And then Maya goes and kicks her, and I was like, "Yo, this child is a better actor than the adult version of her."
Yeah.
Sometimes that occurs.
Yeah.
Fisk got a fancy eye thing that interprets sign language for him.
Oh yeah, that was a little weird. Like he has these big arms. He has these skinny little arms that like form on his nipples.
Yeah, so it's like doing sign language while he's talking.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if that's a real thing. I doubt it, but it's like this is like the same world where like Black Widow can put on a different person's face with the holographic face changealizer.
Right.
And there's like, so I guess it wasn't too far fetched, but I wonder if there's like an actual thing, like maybe Google Glasses will have something like that.
You know, speaking of
But-
far-fetched, what do you think about Echo not having her power set from the comic books?
Oh,
Tip
so
Rob-
basically like
Copy
Task-
powers.
Taskmaster.
Yeah, she's basically like Taskmaster. Yeah, I'm guessing like Faggy was like, oh, everyone's gonna like think we're copying Taskmaster. I'm like, bitch, no one even watched Black Widow. No one's gonna care. And that wasn't even.
No one did watch Black Widow.
That was such a shitty. That was
With
such
the
a
Force
shitty
smackdown.
adaptation. That was such a shitty adaptation of Taskmaster. No one's gonna remember that character anyway, and it wasn't even
I mean,
faithful
there's no
in the
lines,
slightest.
no dialogue. How can you remember such a faceless, voiceless character?
It's literally in her name, Echo. Like she echoes other movements, so
Yeah.
like it makes more sense than Taskmaster,
yeah, no,
which has nothing. Which like that name has nothing to do with copying.
yeah.
movements.
Taskmaster would be like if I was going to write a comic book character. Not that I'm smart or whatever. If I was going to write a character about a comic book character called Taskmaster, it would be like some kind of assassin whose like reputation is like he always gets the job done no matter what.
Or he just writes everything down.
Yeah.
He's
He,
really
just
good at
gets,
making
he gets
lists.
caught every time.
Taskmaster.
He gets caught every
He's
time
really-
because the to-do list. He just
Yeah,
leaves
he's really
meticulous
good at
notes.
writing down his goals for the year.
Kill
That-
the Batman. Oh wait,
Different universe, but maybe it'll be a crossover.
Shut up.
There's probably like a JLA Avengers
Major.
crossover where
If,
Taskmaster
dude, if
meets
you're not trying to
Batman.
kill Batman, you're not trying as a villain.
Yeah.
No one
so,
can kill Batman.
That's what makes it so damn
Or
appealing.
did he already die?
No, you can't kill Batman.
Maybe someday. Okay, what happened in episode 4?
So Maya confronts
Wilson
Fisk.
He gives her cookies. Yeah, and then he just walks away. He just leaves. Everything's resolved with the bad guy just leaving.
He hands
He's
her
like,
a
"I'm at the
hammer.
hotel."
Oh, sorry. He wants to hand her queen pin. The lamest fucking shit, dude. My eyes hurt so hard from rolling when she said that he's handing her queen pin. I was like, dude, what? Just so girl boss, so bad. And like, dude, I am in love
Just
with
that one line.
Blue Eye Samurai, and that's girl boss. That's non-American culture. That's sometimes in a different language. No, I mean it's in English, but there's a lot of
The word
differences
samurai
there.
is Japanese.
But thank you very much. Saved my ass there. But dude, that show is like near perfect, like 9 out of 10, 9.8 out of 10, and if I would be so bold. So like,
Wow.
there's nothing wrong with what they're trying to do, the story they're trying to tell. It's the execution that is piss poor, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's the bad guys suck. Therefore, there's like no like legitimate challenge for her to overcome. Although
Yeah,
she's like
because
overtaken
like
by
the
rednecks.
bad guy is like obviously what she's supposed, but every time she gets to the bad guy, like they like buddy up again, and like she doesn't kill him. So I don't know. Maybe I say that and like it works for the Batman and the Joker, but at least Batman like puts the Joker behind bars. It's not like he just catches the Joker and then releases him back into the city, right? We'd all be really frustrated with that.
Yeah, it's like Wilson Fisk is like more mad about her not wanting to come back with him than he was about being shot in the face.
Yeah,
Like he was totally cool with that, but like having her not,
Hey,
it's like not very believable.
Maya, I'm sorry. I know I did some fucked up things. I got your dad killed. You deserve to shoot me. I'm proud of you for trying to kill me.
I guess that was that not Ronan who killed her dad, or was that someone else in the ninja costume?
I mean, that was the Ronin that we saw in the garage.
So it was Ronan's fault. It wasn't Kingpin's fault.
Or maybe he
Kingpin
was using
sins.
a psychological trick because Kingpin is Kingpin after all. He's not the boss man for nothing, and he was just using psychology. He was like, I don't deserve to live, kill me. Because he knows that if he just says that,
Yeah, I think that you're 100% right, Tim.
then she will be like, no.
Mm-hmm. That's why he
You
hands her the
admitted it.
hammer. He hands her the hammer.
Oh, shoot. So who won the battle? There's wars and there's battles, right? So who won the battle? He did. In that instance,
I think
if
everyone
he
involved,
didn't die.
everyone involved in this show lost Tip. The viewers, the writers, the producers,
Everyone lost.
the actors involved. Everyone lost when this was made. Everyone
On a scale of
was,
one to Lost, how Lost? What season of Lost was it?
The
This was
last
like the
season.
worst.
It was like the
This is
last
like
10
a
minutes
season
of
of
Lost.
This is like the worst season of Lost, plus like season 5 of Night Court.
My wife loved Lost until like the very end when it turned out they're all dead, and then she looks over at me and she goes, "Fuck you!" She was so mad. I made her sit through like so many seasons for like that terrible.
It was
ending.
going so well for a while there.
So
It
good.
had
And then
enough
they're
to it.
And then the writer's just like,
What-
what do we do now?
What really makes me happy?
Another hatch.
What
And
makes
it
me
just got to the point like, what are they doing anymore?
What makes me sleep at night is knowing that somewhere in the vast multiverse there exists a Earth exactly like ours, except for the one change, and that Lost was the perfect TV show of all time. And I know that world exists, and that's how I can sleep at night. It's not this world, this is the darkest timeline, unfortunately. But there exists, and maybe one day we'll have technology to go out there, like on Rick and Morty, and we'll be able to grab the perfect TV show that is Lost.
Major, what if you just like say some hymns to a Nordic god, Loki, and say, hey, God of the timelines, I think you can nudge, hint, give a little push and shove to the outcome of
Well,
this
intergalactic
this
pirating.
writer's pen.
Maybe I will. Maybe through me, I will rewrite the final season of Lost. Spoiler alert: it's all smoke monster versus polar bear fights.
Who will rewrite the final season of Lost?
All right, so episode 5.
Major.
You guys ready to get through it?
The finale, yes.
The finale.
It all comes full circle.
All right. So I'm not gonna lie. Something happened the first 18 minutes, but there's no dialogue. So I kind of skipped it. I missed it. I was doing other stuff. This was background. Like, Marvel should know better. Marvel should know that their Disney Plus shows are so bad now that they've been relegated to background noise, right? I was like taking notes. I was looking up like something into like the creator of the show. Yeah, and then I forgot about it. And I was like, damn, they haven't talked in a while. And I looked over and it's just all sign language. I was like, oh fuck, duh, of course. Like I'm missing shit.
She kills a woodpecker.
And like that's on Marvel. You guys know your background. Yeah, you guys know your background TV at this point. You should not have half of an episode just be quiet.
At least it was a CGI woodpecker, which was the dumbest thing.
Yeah,
they literally could not get a puppet.
Or an actual woodpecker. Oh yeah.
They had to get a CGI woodpecker for her to heal. So I mean, that's probably where
Well, Jim Henson has been dead for many the year. Who's making woodpeckers out there that are awesome?
They get the Fraggle Rock guys. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Jim Henson.
Those guys are probably also.
I'm pretty sure Jim Henson did Fraggle Rock too. I mean, he pretty much had a monopoly on puppet shows.
Yeah, he was the puppet master.
Yeah. Master of puppets. Anyway, so yeah, this show we saw.
So Maya gets new armor that her mom or her grandmother makes for her, which she instantly takes back off. Like, what is the whole point except to maybe try to sell toys? Like, she gets her new armor.
Fit it, Major. Come on. Hey, last time you got armor, you had to fit it too, right?
Yeah, I was fitted. I wore
snug in the groins, but not too snug. You had to consider the chafe factor.
But when I walked into battle, I instantly just dropped my shiny new armor.
Well, when someone makes you a costume behind your back, it's never going to fit correctly. So you should probably take it to like another tailor and get it altered. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
so.
or
take to the She-Hulk tailor.
We'll go with that.
The She-Hulk tailor. You got to keep it in the universe.
Oh, yeah, that guy who nobody remembers.
Yeah. But we get this nice old school fight, nice Harry Potter, Star Wars moment. Where all of her ancestors get behind her to help her fight
the Spice Girls of oppression,
against the Wilson Fisk, and she can also give her powers away. She hands it off to like her cousin and her grandmother, right? And,
her 7-year-old grandmother didn't break her wrist,
and she's just kicking ass now. Just go, pooh, do glowing hands like Doctor Strange.
Reminds me of Shazam.
Right, yeah.
Like sharing his powers.
Family, yeah.
Or Thor. The writing's getting real lazy here.
I know this show should have been like more Punisher, less Shazam, I feel, but they had to do this.
It was definitely a punishment.
What is Shazam about?
Like Captain Marvel. He says Shazam and he becomes Captain Marvel. Or he who must not be named because of copyright.
He says Shazam and becomes Shazam.
Shazam.
He says Shazam and he becomes.
In this episode, they ask Biscuit if Biscuit has a gun, and he's like, "No, I got something better than that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Biscuit, what the fuck you got?" Like, I thought he was gonna have some like real kind of like hillbilly shit, like a bazooka or something.
He has a monster truck.
He's got a monster truck, which was not a bad reveal, but I thought it was gonna be better than that.
And then the uncle kills the basically.
The guy with the bazooka was gonna shoot the monster truck, and then
the white trash guy.
Yeah,
from England, I think.
Pistol. He shot him right in the head. Just a fantastic shot.
He was wearing like one of those straw hats, and every guy you like see one of those hats at like any sort of event or gathering, you gotta watch out for.
Yeah,
because they're gonna cause trouble.
Mm-hmm. Bad news, Billies.
Yes, those hat. That's like just a red flag for God, that guy's gonna get drunk and make an ass out of himself and probably like commit a felony.
So Wilson Fisk goes to attack Maya. And then in
She
the
goes inside his
lamest
brain.
finishing move of all time, just
Oh.
4 fingers right to his heart and just like takes him down and then goes right into the
And
brain.
she heals her. Actually, she could have at least healed his eye while she was doing that.
What was she doing? She was just like hanging out in his subconscious, and it's like, hey, you remember this scene? Remember your childhood? Remember how traumatic it is? Grow up, get over it. That's what she was
You
saying.
don't have to feel pain anymore. And he was just like, that's not how trauma works.
She convinced,
And
Fist not
and
to
then he
choose
bravely
violence.
leaves. And
You're
he just
okay
leaves.
now.
That's
And he-
not how trauma works.
And he screams. He's like, "What did you do? What did you do?" And like,
And he
the
just, like,
audience
walks
is
by her.
wondering too. Like, what
And he
did
just,
you
like-
do?
And he just like walks awkwardly by her and just goes into his SUV. So just the worst resolution.
Runs her over.
He's like backs up, like, just give me the. He's behind the wheel of the car. I'll just do it myself. I'll just run her over. Heal this bitch. Just like run.
And then the best part of the entire series. No, I'm not talking about the credits. The post-credit scene, baby. Wilson and Fisk setting up for mayor or president. Which one do you think?
Mayor.
Mayor.
Mm.
For mayor of New York.
Mayor of America.
Mayor of America.
It's like literally not even subtle at all about like there's a small window of time for an unknown to come into this this race, perhaps a crime lord of some renown.
Yeah.
Maybe someone whose name rhymes with Pilsen Plisk.
Maybe someone
Wonder
who
who that
almost
could
had
be.
a queen pin but doesn't.
Wouldn't it be
Maybe.
funny? Wouldn't it be funny if, like, after all those clues, like all those hints, he's just like, "Oh, Maya should run for mayor."
I'm still obsessed with Maya.
Yeah.
Maya. He's got he
Maya,
does
Maya.
have an obsession with women. Remember, he was all obsessed with what was his wife's name? Valerie.
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Don't ever touch Vanessa. I'll kill you if you touch Vanessa. Just obsessed with girls. Mommy issues. Probably because he killed his dad with a hammer.
Yeah, he was
Yikes.
smart to at least wipe the blood off.
That's some harsh Freudian
Some
analytics there, Major.
Oedipus Rex. A little
Oof.
bit.
So,
Oh,
but yeah, everything turned out okay, and this, I mean,
And we survived, guys. I'm so proud of us. Like, good job making it through the whole series.
let's just be glad they released this all at once. We didn't have to discuss this show for like 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
So
I'll tell you how that
went
podcast
down.
would have gone.
Sure,
10
sure,
minutes
sure.
of the episode, and then 40 minutes of us talking about nothing relevant at all.
Anything.
Just,
nothing
But-
about the episode.
There was a new Halo trailer that came out,
oh,
and
you
it
want to talk
was
about
better.
it on the next episode?
and it was better than the first one. But that's not
Would
saying
you
much.
call that a
Ooh.
trailer?
Oh, guys, don't forget
Yes.
we
A
have our
new
trailer.
has come out.
We have our trailer
Trailer.
reaction to the first Halo trailer up on YouTube.
Yes,
now.
2 views already.
No, it's
Wait,
Calm down, YouTube. Control Control
please tell
yourself.
me there's a video reaction of at least one of you.
yeah, and you,
Yeah, Major. You see Major's
And me?
reaction.
and you.
What? No, I did not sign off on this.
I think.
Oh, I did, I guess.
Yeah, I was
I'll
like,
sign off.
yeah. You clicked the button. You said turn camera
You
on,
s-
and then you ate
yeah,
your
you
dinner
said-
in front of us.
Oh, yeah. Don't you like put Tip's face on like what's his name's head?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Oh, Andrew
was
Tate.
it?
Andrew
Andrew
Tate's head. Yeah.
oh, God.
Great. Yeah, watch that.
Oh,
It's,
God.
it's one of the shorts. Go watch
Yeah,
the shorts.
it's pretty great. It's funny.
Wait,
Check it
isn't
out.
Andrew Tate like isn't he a pimp?
No, he's a UFC fighter.
That guy was a pimp.
Oh, I thought he was a boxer.
Oh,
He totally was a pimp.
boxer.
There's
He
a
got
there's like
caught.
there's like a GTA.
I have no
there's
idea.
a G-
I've
there's a-
never listened to Andrew Tate. I have no idea what his background is. Clearly,
There's a
Or
funny. there's a funny
no,
video.
maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was not.
I'm just
that.
familiar
He's literally
with the
he's on-
Zeitgeist.
He's facing sex trafficking charges. But there's this funny GTA video where it shows like Andrew Tate catches you respecting women, and it just like shows like a POV character in GTA, and you're like giving a woman a thumbs up, and he just like drives and like his car like runs her over, and like, he comes out the
Oh, God.
so
He's probably there's a role for that in society, in whether he's guilty lawfully or not. I mean,
yeah.
what
So, Robbie,
what judgment?
Are you excited for?
I've passing him.
Rob, you excited for GTA 6?
Yeah.
Starring Andrew Tate.
I did put.
Sorry, Andrew Tate. Oh god.
I played that
Well,
game. Like, there's Andrew Tate radio just the whole time you were driving around.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
that's how you get the engagement up on on the red pills. You just
And that's why I don't play video games anymore. Yeah, I think Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is coming out in a few weeks, so we should all play that together. It's like a 4-player.
Oh,
I think it's
that'd
like
be
4v4.
fun.
And because we haven't reviewed a video game in like ever. Well, we did like Halo Infinite, I think, a little bit when it came out,
Yeah.
but we don't
Yeah, we
really.
hated it.
I think we did
The two
advertise
maps.
this podcast as reviewing video games, but we don't really do that at all. We really don't
I mean, we've
review
gotten
movies that
so
much.
much negative feedback from the fans about how we're not covering enough video games.
Yeah, but we can
Wait,
at
we
least do.
did?
Oh, here we go. No, that was sarcasm. Here's your damn video game news coverage. Apparently, Elon Musk not only makes rockets but also world records in Diablo 3.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna start his own video game. console.
Congratulations!
Xbox.
Shout out to Elon on a world record. I understand it. I don't play Diablo 3, but hey,
Diablo
man,
4.
I also don't have 10 companies in a world
Wait,
record.
is he like a Diablo addict or something? Like secret?
Yeah,
closet?
Diablo
someone
4.
we know.
He's streamed himself playing Diablo 4 before.
Really? That's
Yeah.
insanity for like a business.
And the stock for Blizzard just went up and up. Does Blizzard do Diablo?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. the
More
stock for
importantly,
Blizzard just went
does
up and up and
Blizzard
up.
pay dividends?
Is that Mike's? Actually, I haven't checked the Blizzard stock in a while.
Major, what's the dividend return rate on Blizzard?
I don't know. I'll tweet it out or something.
Okay.
We'll look it up.
Tweet it out.
Well, yeah,
Dividend return on Blizzard.
We'll have to-
people on Twitter are gonna be like, "What are they talking about?" Check the podcast.
What are you talking about?
We'll
No,
definitely make good on
this-
our
I'll
become
just
a
I'll throw it up and
brokerage.
if we make this into a clip, I'll just throw it up so we'll know.
Yeah, we'll make good on our promise to review video games in this podcast, but we just have to do a good job on that. But that's basically our show. Echo. I don't know what
Echo.
else is coming out from Marvel this year.
One
Isn't it
movie, just X-Men,
Like Captain,
or
like
just
Captain
Deadpool.
America. Oh, Deadpool 3, yeah.
Deadpool.
Isn't Captain America 4 coming out?
I think it got
Brave New
delayed.
World?
I got delayed again.
Till 2025?
Yeah, I heard Marvel's only got one thing coming out this year.
Wow, that's great. Like no TV shows either?
No TV shows.
I think What If Season 3 might come out
What?
later this year. That's just crazy. It's like we had like, what, 16 different Marvel properties come out? Like 3 or 4 movies, and then like 5 TV shows. And now like it's just like
Okay, yeah.
Echo and Deadpool 3, which is more like a Fox movie.
Now, we do have-
an MC.
We do have Madam Web coming out, but that's like Sony.
That's Sony. And Kraven the Hunter,
Craven the Hunter, more Sony.
which is yeah.
Venom
And then
3, more Sony. And
That's
then
coming out next
Beyond
year,
the
right? Or
and
this
then
year?
Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's in 2024 as well.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. But so we do have some TV shows coming out. Actually, we have X-Men
Oh,
for the
boys.
MCU. We have X-Men '97, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Eyes of Wakanda, and Marvel Zombies. Those are expected
Okay.
to release in
I
2024.
can't wait.
But you know what? We got to
I
go back and catch up on some movies that we missed in 2023.
Oppen Slimer.
Nah, maybe.
It's a
Do you want to?
Ghostbusters slash Oppenheimer.
Oh, now
Crossover.
I'm back on board. Rob and I yesterday, 2 days ago, created a sitcom, a pilot with the help of Grok. Shout out to X.
Oh yeah.
Where Adolf Hitler and Jeffrey Epstein become roommates.
I
And
already don't
it's
like
like
this.
it's a Will
This is
and
a little
Grace.
too dark.
It's like a
Yeah,
Will
the
and Grace spin.
ChatGPT to refuse to even do it.
ChatGPT
So we
was like,
tried
no.
it.
So
So
I
we
was-
tried it on Grok.
yeah, some of it
Rock has no
was
standards.
dude. Some of it was actually pretty funny. Just the writing and the
I don't have
premises
that
of it.
screenshot anymore that I sent you.
No, me neither. I'm trying to scroll.
Or
up
I
so
could
can-
pull it up, but
I don't even think I want to read it.
No,
But
you
yeah,
should.
that's it's probably better than Echo though, and that's the last joke of the podcast. No,
It's definitely better than
sick
Echo.
girl.
Oh, but so there's so one of the plot lines for Act 2 was Hitler has to get a job to pay for rent. So he uses a bunch of like Nazi propaganda techniques to try to get a job, and it doesn't work. And that's just like such a funny idea. Like obviously not the right time. Obviously, terrible people.
Too
right,
soon.
but that's what comedy is, right? Comedy is pushing the boundaries. Well, not all
Glorifying
comedy, but
monsters.
And then it says Epstein tries to use his charm to get a job, but is met with suspicion and rejection.
Closing scene. Hitler and Epstein sit on the couch, exhausted from their first day in the modern world. Hitler looks at Epstein and says, "Well, at least we have each other." Epstein responds, "Well, I guess even the worst of us needs a friend." And then it zooms out. It's what a ridiculous idea. But
And
dude,
then
we're
it
like,
says,
we're
"We see
5
a
years
picture of Will
away.
Grace on the coffee table."
Oh yeah.
Oh
with the-
God, Will! Oh.
So it's a Will and Grace. Yeah, it's like a Will and Grace, but with Adolf Hitler. And anyway, I was just curious what AI could
Oh
do
yeah,
for
because
that.
you had me
And
type
isn't
it in. It's an
Epstein
adaptation of
Jewish
Will.
too? So that'd be pretty awkward.
But we were only like
God, that
5-10
would be
years
awkward.
away from
Yeah.
being able to actually like AI
Very
generate a video of that for a relatively low cost.
There literally was a Adolf Hitler sitcom on the BBC, and it was literally canceled mid-air because they got so many calls denouncing it.
Canceled mid-air.
Dude, London
The
did
first
get
episode.
bombed.
Look it up on YouTube. This is
Oh, yeah.
You gotta.
It's literally like a
sympathize.
sitcom starring Adolf Hitler.
That is
He goes
terrible.
to the door. He's like, "Heil, honey."
Who greenlit that? That is.
Oh my god.
I mean, did they just get finished? Did they just get finished
30
watching
years.
the producers and they were like, "Nah, we can do this." The producers was great. We can do this.
I think it was like in the '80s, so it was like post producers. Maybe that was like the idea. Like, well, the
Yeah.
producers did it.
They're like, the producers
So,
can
but-
do it. We can do it.
But
No,
that's not the whole movie.
it's
Yeah.
pretty hard to pull off a Hitler joke, right? Leave that for the professionals.
But yeah, that's our show. You want to plug our social media, Mage?
Yeah, I do. You can find us on X at Zealots Podcast. Also on YouTube at the Zeitgeist Zealot Podcast. We have we're pretty much completely uploaded our back catalog, over 120 episodes. Plus, we're branching out. We're doing some 8 to 12 minute clips for the YouTube algorithm. Plus, I am getting my hands dirty with the shorts. If you guys have any suggestions on how to improve the content, how to make it better, we'd love to hear it. Tweet us at on X or just comment in the video below. Also, you can find us on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to your third favorite podcast. We really appreciate you, and hopefully, it's been a little bit less painless than Echo.
Yeah. Well, I'm Forced.
I'm Major.
Now I'm Robbie.
And I'm Tip.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll be here next time.
Have a great one. Like and
Next
subscribe.
time is, I'm not sure. Oh, yes, that too.
Next week, I'll make them watch Indiana Jones. Are we doing Indiana? Let's do Indy.
Is it on Disney Plus yet?
It is. Dun 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 dun.